Look, if you're a realtor and you're trying to grow on social media, then this video is for you. I actually did a masterclass with my entire team and people at Real Broker, and I'm gonna play it for you so you can understand every single thing and honestly exactly what I did to take my Instagram from 0 to 30,000 in 6 months. We've closed multiple deals from this, and you know what? Let's stop and let's let you take a look.
First started out in this business, I was just like, what was I thinking? Oh, I gotta go make cold calls, I gotta door knock, I gotta kiss babies, I gotta shake hands. All of those things we did. But one of the biggest things that I've learned is this right here. I would rather become the person that people want to network with versus just going to a networking group overall. And there's a huge difference. And we'll talk about all these things. I'll show you everything here. But for me, it's about building something so enticing, so amazing that people actually want to gravitate towards us. And we're going to talk about everything right here. Again, content to closing is my thing here, guys. Just some numbers. I run the Columbus Report. Check us out on Instagram. We are the fastest growing media cohort in the entire city of Columbus. How cool is that? I built this when I was in Rochester, New York. I came back home from Denver. My mom got hit by a car. She needed surgery. My parents don't speak an ounce of English whatsoever. So I had two choices, either stay in Denver or come back home and take care of my family. And I decided, hey, my family is the most important thing to me. We wanted to do this. And my parents are very, let me tell you, they are so spiritual. They are so voodoo. And they said one thing, this house is cursed. Actually, what they said is, but none of you would understand that. And that's okay. What they said is this house is cursed and I want to go move to Columbus, Ohio. Believe it or not, Columbus, Ohio has the most amount of Nepali people in the entire United States. And I said, okay, Mom, sounds good. Let's build something so we can generate business from it without actually being there. I became the fastest growing media page in the city of Columbus without living there. Let's make sure we have that. If any of you guys want to move to any locations, let's say you want to move to Texas, Atlanta, even California, I'm going to teach you how to do this from your bedroom in less than 45 minutes a day. Can I get a 1 in the chat if that excites you? If that excites you, if we get a bunch of ones, I'll get going, get started. Okay, we got 1-1. Awesome. Let's make it happen. Again, the fastest growing, we're sitting about 28,000 now so far. We've got about 10 million views in the last 90 days. And this guy right here who wants to do a podcast, again, I say become the networking cohort. This is a fella with better pockets who we now have private equity collaborations with Investor Girl Brit. How cool is that? We're talking about multi-million-dollar transactions and multi-million-dollar buildings, all because we decided to build this. I am not bragging, I am simply showing you what is possible. All of these are leads that came directly from Instagram. This guy wants to buy a $10 million building. How insane is that? Gypsy and I are working on a deal. She's my buyer's agent. Gypsy, tell them the price point of our latest buyer that wants to buy commercial. What's the number?
The latest development project we have is between 10 million and 35 million.
$5 million. If that does not incentivize you to make this, nothing else will. Vivek Ramaswamy, for those of you that know, I'm not carrying much of your political affliction. I'm not saying anything, but this is just a little flex, all right? The guy that ran for president, the future governor of Ohio, follows my page. I am one of the 77 people. I just thought that was really, really cool. In this one, I'm going to teach you what to make, how to gauge, and how to convert. And I ask that you don't write anything down because we've only got about 45 minutes and the slides that we're going to talk about are way too fast for you to both write and take this. Marvin will give you all of the recordings of this. So we have two different options when we're creating content. Number one, we can be authoritative or we can document the journey. You need to decide how you want to create content. At the end of the day, the conviction that you have is the most important thing. The way that you talk about the projects, the way that you're actually documenting everything that is happening. You can choose the authority route, which is results, credibility, which is locations, news, or you can document the journey. Documentation has been working really well. I'm guessing that most of us have seen those guys that are building the Airbnbs in West Virginia. Yes, those guys are sitting at over 300,000 followers. How crazy is that? So you don't have to do what I'm doing, but what I am telling you is you have to choose one of these two buckets. Either we're going to be authoritative, which is news sources, kind of what me and Brad do, or we're going to document the journey. Let's say you're moving somewhere. I just moved to Texas. I just moved to Dallas. And I'm documenting exactly how I'm going to become the #1 agent in the market in the next 36 months. That's a powerful statement. You have to pick a door. We're going to talk about authority today. If you want my help on documentation, we can talk about this privately as well, but we're going to talk about authority. Here's the pieces of content that we're going to make. Take a picture of this if you want. We've got 6 core pieces. Local breaking news, developments and future growth, neighborhoods and suburban guides, food, things to do, and very, very light real estate content. Remember, our entire goal for this is to build a top and let the top build a bottom. I'm going to say this again. We are to build a top and let the top build a bottom. Everyone with me so far, right? That part is critical. Everyone that's going after Zillow leads, what happens? You're going after the 2%. You're going after the people that may or may not buy. We want to go after the entire marketplace and allow the marketplace to tell us who's going to be interventioning and actually buying from that brand. That is very powerful. Local breaking news, development, neighborhoods, foods, things to do, and light real estate content. This one right here, the things to do, have been working insanely well for us. Insanely well. Attention without direction is absolutely useless. If you are making a call to action, if you are doing anything, and stick around for this call, because guys, I'm going to show you exactly where we're taking these people. But if you don't have a direction, what's the point of making the video? Brad and I have a very simple direction. Comment the word report and we'll send you to our weekly newsletter. You need to have a CTA. There has to be a call to action. We can't just develop a massive top and let the top exist for no permanent reason. That would be a waste of everyone's time. Here's exactly how we're going to create direction. We are going to set up ManyChat's Make or N8N. Everyone with me so far? Who's heard of ManyChat? Put a 2 in the chat, please. Who here knows ManyChat? I got to figure out how deep dive we're going to go into this. Sagat's heard of ManyChat. Okay, great. Malcolm's heard of ManyChat. Brad. Okay. So for the most part, guys, what ManyChat is essentially it acts as a trigger in which you have a comment that people say report and it takes them to the website, right? And then you can collect information from that avenue. ManyChat has all of these automations built out for it, which you can build yourself as well. And then all they need to do is comment a word. You know, when your favorite creators say, comment the word home, comment the word guide, they're not DMing you. As much as it hurt my feelings to realize that Sharon wasn't DMing me, this is what he uses, right? Things like want the list, comment food. We're going to use ManyChat to auto DM people. We want to sync that to Google Sheets and trigger email follow-up or notifications automatically. This right here is what will make you money. Remember, Instagram's job is to create conversation. Your job is to convert. We are going to set up ManyChat. Take a picture of this so you can kind of see what my automation looked like. This last one is very simple. By the way, as much as we love building the Columbus report, we're actually licensed real estate agents right here in the city of Columbus. If you're ever thinking about buying or selling, would you be willing to use us? Simple as that. That in the conversation lets them know our profession, and that's how they're going to be thinking about us. Guys, this is how we actually build the local value and the news. We talked about the 6 pillars right here, and these things are important. This is vital when you're building a massive top. But what are we going to do with that audience? 50% developments and news, 25% is events, 15% is real estate. And this is something that I haven't seen any other YouTuber do. 10% is YouTube. I want to take these guys and transit them to somewhere where a video is 15 to 20 minutes long. That way, they're not only seeing me on Instagram and they're not only reading me on email, they're watching me for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes. Then they get to see just how handsome I really am, and they get to see that for a longer duration. That was a joke. You guys can laugh. With that being said, hey, it's Gagan, the only Gagan, thanks you, Marvin, the only Gagan Tipsina in the world. This is a statement of fact. I have double, triple, and quadruple checked this. I check this every single day. Our YouTube video is the first thing they click here to watch. In our newsletter, here's the topic at hand. Either this is pertinent for you or it's not. Here's what we're gonna discuss. Then we discuss these things. This right here is the important part. Guys, this weekend in Columbus, this right here is the important part. Out of everything in my newsletter, the people that watch it tell me that this right here is what they care about the most. And then at the end of it, we have a weekly rack-up. Homeowners, home buyers, and bottom line with a CTA to just schedule a call. It's very simple stuff. It's not complicated. And what we're using to actually write this is an AI tool called Claude.ai. CLAUDE.ai. And I like Claude a lot more just because it's actually built for writing. ChatGPT is very, very generic. You can use it for almost anything. Claude is meant for writing. We have all of these here. You want to think like a media company. Ken Pozak, who's with, I believe he's with Keller Williams. He's in Orlando. He's the godfather of all of this. He built this, and now most of the agents that you're seeing that are doing this, we're just replicating kind of what he's built. He wants you to think like a media company and not just an agent. Remember, we're not just selling houses. We're building Columbus as the local brand, the biggest projects, the pickleballs, all the things that are happening here. And yes, new walkable communities that are coming here, right? We're breaking down big developments. We're creating local map series. We're hosting local podcasts and Instagram Live. We actually just did a collaboration post with a new medicine company that came out in Columbus, Ohio. The guy was so grateful that he gave us $1 million buyer. Like, how crazy is that? We went and made a video, and now we're gonna make a $30,000 check and help a person buy a house. That's what this does, right? We're building ecosystem. We're Instagram, YouTube, newsletter, plus giveaways. Remember, this isn't just a one thing. You have to think about it as a multifaceted organization. Who's with me so far? Put a 3 in the chat if you understand that. This is multifaceted, and we're building an actual ecosystem. 3, love it, Marvin, thank you. Sonia, Christian, Chad, awesome. Let's go, guys. This hypes me up. Seeing you guys get hype hypes me up, okay? Awesome, Richard. Let's go, buddy. So here's our content creation strategy. For all of you guys that are like, oh, this is going to be overwhelming. This is too much work. How do you do that? I can't do this. Stop. Don't leave this call because I'm going to teach you how to use VAs in the end. I'm going to teach you how to find those VAs as well. And I'm also going to make you very, very simply understand how we do this on a day-by-day basis. Monday, we find the articles. We film 3 to 5 reels. Very simple stuff. We're talking 20 to 30 minutes. Tuesday, our newsletter goes out at 7 a.m. Wednesday, we're preparing for Thursday's newsletter. And Thursday is the stories and behind the scenes of everything that's happening. And then Friday, we publish all the events that happen. And we let our audience know that the video on YouTube is going to go live on Saturday. That part is important. Our videos go live Saturday at 10 a.m. Brad and I talked about this yesterday. We want to make sure that everyone that's relaxing, they're not doing anything when they're scrolling on YouTube, we are the first video that they're seeing. The second thing is most people, 52% of consumers are watching YouTube on their TV, right? 52%. So what does that mean? It means we want to have something that actually attracts the television, and we're not just worrying about this or that. This right here is my captions. If you guys want to take this, what I would do is I would literally copy this, put this in the ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, take the headline, take the framework and apply it for my market. If you're living in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, if you're living in Phoenix, Arizona, wherever, take this and apply it to your market. Then you're just going to feed it the information and it's going to build this out for you right here. And the other thing that I do that honestly most people don't is I publish my life. Like I show people about my family, my siblings that I work out, all those things, right here. I think he needs a weekly segment. People are laughing at this, right? This right here is what builds brand. Remember, the posts, it gets the followers, and the stories builds the relationship. People think it's just about posting content. Guys, it's not. It's about building an actual relationship. And that's why I go out of my way to let people know what I'm doing. It's authenticity. Dude, I had a really week. I had a great week. We've got a lot of cool projects that are happening. The whole thing. In fact, I want you guys to post this on your Instagram. Like tag the Columbus Report. Tag us on your Instagram and we can repost it. So people know what we're actually doing. Whenever you guys get a chance. No rush. No rush. This is important. You want to track your KPIs. I believe KPIs stand for key performance indicators or indexes. I think it's indicators. I'm pretty sure, 95% sure. Here's what we're going to track. DMs triggered or hand raisers. Comments from CTAs, how many people are actually answering those CTAs. So that way we can understand what to actually say. Appointments booked or your warm pipeline, and then closed deals as well as the content return on investment. I'm not just making this content. I mean, I love Columbus to death. I do. But I'm not just making it for giggles. I want to make it so I can actually make money, right? And here's something else that no one understands. By the way, this does not look like AI. This does not look like. When I first made this was crazy, but I didn't have enough time. So whatever. We have 2 different operations within the exact same channel. And people that are operating this at a high level, this is exactly what they're doing. Brad Armstrong is doing this in Arizona. Ken Pozak is doing this. Every person that you can possibly think of, this is how they're orchestrating the machine to make sure that it's operating at the highest level. Number 1 is the media side. Number 2 is the real estate machine side. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to stop sharing. I'm going to tell you this, guys, straight up. Most people are going to lose their minds when I say this right here. I don't show houses. In fact, I don't even write contracts under my name. My buyer's agent does that. Gypsy, I don't know if she's still on this call, but Gypsy is my buyer's agent. And she's doing all of that because I realized this. If I can build a top that's so big, I can incorporate the bottom that's much larger there. Put a 4 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to do this, but put a 4 in the chat if you understand it. Can we build something that's so big that we don't need to worry about the real estate side? Just food for thought. I'm not saying that you need to do this. I'm saying this is how I do it. So let's get back to the topic at hand, guys, because I also want to have time for questions as well. And these are the metrics that we're looking at. Followers gained, followers lost, watch time. Most important thing, watch time. Average view duration, shares, and DMs as well. And from the real estate side, it's leads generated, leads connected, leads converted. Connected and converted are 2 separate things, and pending transactions, right? These are the metrics that we look at from a day-by-day, week-by-week basis. If you're thinking about this kind of just, oh, I need to make posts, no, you have to think about this like an actual operator. So the question that all you're asking, where do I get my VAs, right? Hey, Gagan, you're definitely not doing this by yourself. And honestly, I'm not. I don't even have Instagram downloaded on my phone. It uses way too much time. So for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. Let's let someone else actually do it. These are the 3 sources that we're using. Virtual assistants right here for just generic VAs. Graphic designers is right here. And onlinejobs.ph, if you have a little bit more money to spend, because these are higher quality. These 3 tools are the only things that I'm using. Also, I'm having my VAs go find other VAs for them. There's 3 steps to a funnel. There's top, there's middle, and bottom. We just talked about the top and we just talked about the middle. Let's talk about the bottom now. These right here, guys, is what our VAs actually implement and do. This is a lot of stuff, and I get this, right? Marvin will give you this call. At least I hope so. I pray so. He will give you this call. You can take all this and synthesize it yourself. But this is just for a coaching client of ours that we're using in I think it's Destin, one of the other, somewhere in Florida. This right here is what the VA is doing. It's Q&A sessions, sneak posts, local deals, it's property tours, all of these things the VA is posting for us, right? Here's our social media strategy. It's daily posting right here. It's polls and engagements, LinkedIn strategy, YouTube strategy. You have all of this. Remember, your greatest job, and John Cheplack would love me if I said this, is to recruit. Your highest earning capacity is to bring more people into the team. Layla Hermosi said, your umbrella and vision needs to be so big that other people's umbrellas and vision can go underneath yours. Food for thought. And then we're having our lead generation and CRM support right here that they're implementing and they're using. So this right here is our newsletter. If I could lose everything else, but just keep one thing, I would keep my newsletter. Why? Because people, and this is going to sound so stupid, people that can read are people that I want to work with, right? People that can read are people that I want to work with. Why is that so simple? But at the same time, if someone can take 3 to 4 minutes out of their day and just read the newsletter and talk about all the things that are happening as a whole, those are the people that are the most qualified. Yes, I have 30,000 followers. I have 2,000 people in my newsletter. That's the difference. And that's where all this comes in. Remember, algorithms change, email addresses don't. I really need to make sure that I can capitalize on that. That was just such a good saying. And I know someone's going to steal it. Algorithms change, newsletters don't. Emails don't. All of this, my VAs do. Our communication method with them is Slack, Messenger, WhatsApp as well. But primarily, we're trying to move everything to Monday, because Monday allows us to see everything from where they specifically are in the task. It tells you when the task is completed. It tells you when they're working on it. And for me, and also just for my regular assistant, it saves us a ton of time. Instead of just texting, hey, what's going on here on these channels, we can see everything right here. Everyone with me so far, put a 5 in the chat if you understand thus far while I drink my coffee. Arvin, thank you. Awesome. It's the same people over and over again. You guys are the ones that are going to implement. All conversion happens in conversation. Let's put a yay or nay. Let's stop sharing for 30 seconds. Put a 1 if you think your VAs can convert for you. Just put a 1, okay? Put a 2 if you don't think they can convert for you. Put a 2, okay? Marvin, perfect. You guys have obviously seen my calls. You guys have obviously been on these calls before. I don't think they can convert for you. It is your job to sell. That is where you get paid, is negotiation, right? So our entire job from this perspective is to go on the appointment and convert the appointment. It's to get the buyer and then give it to your showing agent. That's how I think about operations. All conversion happens in conversation. Your job is to convert in conversation. Let's move on from that point. Tam, you understand what I'm saying, right? Brad, you get what I'm saying, Gypsy? We're all on the same page. We're all in alignment here. Awesome. Move on. This is complicated, and you don't need to do this. But we're also developing AI agents. And this is for the brainiacs here who actually wanted something insanely complicated. This is N8N. It's AI agents. Essentially what it can do is act as a marketing cohort. It can develop a bunch of systems, bunch of docs, all of these things at the click of a button. And I think that is the most insane thing. I haven't even started touching this. We just hired a software developing team in Bangladesh that's going to build this out for us. What we're using it for primarily, and you can do the same thing, research, scripts, templates, productivity. This one's going to be important, and letting it assist in training and SOP creation. So for example, you go right here to Telegram. Hey, listen, I actually need to figure out, I just hired a new graphic designer based off of the entire SOP that you've seen that I've built thus far. Can you build one for me right now? And it will build that. Like, how insane is that? How much time are you saving, right? So all of those things we're using our AI agents for right here. Here's 3 ways you keep your VAs happy. Guys, we're coming full circle here. You develop the thing there, and now we're hiring out. This is how you build an operation. There's 3 ways. Number 1, reaffirming work. Most of the VAs, and you may or may not know this, but they're single moms. Dude, they're single moms, right? They're taking care of their kids. This is how they make their money. This is how they literally, like, VAs are human beings, and this is how they're making money. Let's make sure that we have that in alignment, okay? Reaffirming their work. Hey, great job on this. This was amazing. Paying 15% above market value. And you're thinking to yourself, oh, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Market value is $5. You're telling me you can't spend $8 to $10 on a VA? Really? Yes, you can. You can pay 15% above market value and giving them referrals. Most of my team is actually using my VA team. And now my VA team will never leave me because I was the broker in that. My graphic designer and my editor, I got 7 of my team using the exact same guy. Like, how crazy is that, right? All of these things here. Remember, I say this to everyone. A relationship is 60-40 with your audience. A relationship is, and it's both sides trying to be in the 60th percentile. You need to figure out how to give as much as humanly possible. We have never had a necessity to ask. And I've had dinner with a billionaire, millionaires in the 9 figures. I have never had to ask. I was in a room with about 60 agents. I asked every single one of them, how many of you reached out to me first? Every single hand went up. That's power. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can we work together? There's 2 ways that we can work together. Number 1, you can join me and Marvin at Real, or you can join our coaching organization. I'm going to put this QR code right here. I'll tell you right now. It's a 6-month commitment. It's $1,000. We're going to help you not only build this, but we're actually going to expand upon this, help you write the newsletters, and help you hire VAs out yourself. You can either do this by yourself, or we can work on this together. Our QR code's right here. I'm going to put this on screen for the rest of the time. I've got 25 more minutes. You guys can ask me any questions you have. But if you're actually serious about growing your business, if you understand what my uncle Sharon says, which is fame is the most effective business model, you will scan this QR code and we will work together, because this right here is the next generation of business. Robocallers are here. Door knocking is rough. I want to have people come to me versus forcing myself onto other people. I am tired of, and if it's just me, but I am tired of getting hung up on and being the bad guy whenever I call it an expired list. I would rather have someone work with me. And honestly, if you can take all the learning away from it and actually just implement, this is what I would do right here. Marvin, that's all I got today, guys. Thank you so much for having me. This was such a blast. I had so much fun here. Ask me something.
Well, I had a few questions, Gagan. So let's say I'm brand new and I'm like, okay, I watched this video. I want to implement. What should I do on day 1 if I don't have a budget? What aspects of this would you say, looking to implement? I'm
going to give you 2 quotes, right? Number 1 is volume negates luck. Alex Hormozi said that. And number 2 is the man who steals 1 thing is a thief. The man who steals 1,000 things is a genius. You need to go to pages like mine, Ken Pozak's, Katie Day's, Brad Armstrong, for example. The dude's got more followers than I do. Go to our page, figure out what worked really well for us, and then just do the same thing for your city. For example, I had a post that when Columbus is the 61st most happiest city in the entire world, people went ballistics. Figure out what the rank is for your city and just do that. And keep doing that over and over and over again until you find your rhythm.
And I personally think it's more interesting to talk about what's happening in my city versus you look at my new listing, look at the clients that I just sold, yeah, that's cool. But I feel like, and I think this is probably in large part why your page has grown so much, is that you really don't talk about buying and selling with you per se. You're just kind of that conduit of information. You provide up-to-date information. You're kind of like the shade room for Columbus, if you will. I mean, you just provide that information. It's relevant, it's tactical, and then you let people go on about your day. Was that kind of like, what was your thought process when you built it out? Were you thinking like that? Like, I don't want to sound like an everyday realtor. How did that kind of come about?
So when I was developing this, right, I had one simple thought in my head, and it's, how can I be the most valuable page in the entire city? How can I be the one page that everyone is coming for everything? Because if I can have the entire top, then parts of the bottom will be there. It's a logical sequence. If I can have 100%, then 2% of the 100% is going to be there, right? Content is my CRM. So I thought to myself, well, if someone's going to buy a house, what are they looking at first? Oh, community and neighborhoods. Well, if someone wants to move to a community or neighborhood, what are they looking at first? Oh, cities, regulations, areas, news, all those things. We have a very ICP. We have a very simple ICP, and you should steal this 100%. 6, 7, and 8-figure business owners that laws and regulations will affect. That is my ICP. Because if you can afford a commercial roof, chances are you can afford a residential roof as well. You're muted.
I love that. Well, we'll leave, if you want to unshare your screen, Gagan, we'll leave room for 1 or 2 more questions here. I mean, you answered all of my questions here. I think it's just the most important thing is just taking 1 or 2 things, executing on it, reaching out to you for that one-on-one support, that one-on-one coaching. If it's not in the budget, you might want to put it in the budget. I mean, we all have to invest in our business in some capacity. It could be through coaching, it could be through running ads, it could be through any number of things, but unfortunately, y'all, you cannot cheapskate your way into a multi-million-dollar real estate business. You have to make the investment somewhere in your business that you feel is tactical. It may be what Gagan said. It may be what I say on my platform. It may be a number of different sources that are out there, but before you get analysis paralysis, just pick one thing and double down on that until you get a result. Don't give it a shot for a week, a couple days, and then you're like, this didn't work. Gagan has built his platform over a significant, I was there when he told me about the idea, and when it started growing, he was hitting me up like, Marv, hey, it's growing to this, it's growing to that, and it was all organic. You didn't buy followers, you didn't do any of that. You just provided information that helps people make better decisions on what to do in and around Columbus, Ohio, and it's pretty straightforward. We got a question from Brad, and then we got a question from Sonia. Go ahead, Ms. Sonia. Ladies first.
Okay. What does your coaching program look like? Is it group coaching? Is it one-on-one?
Yeah. So it's one-on-one. It's a 6-month commitment, and we go every single week. We figure out what specifically you want with your business. We dissect that, follow the North Star, and just take that data and figure out, hey, how can we actually make this happen? So let's say your goal is fame. Let's say your goal is an extra 3 to 4 transactions per month. It's cool. How many people do we need to talk to? Well, if it's this many people, how many appointments do we need? Okay, if it's this many appointments, how many conversations do we need before that? Okay, this many conversations, how many leads do we need? How do we generate those leads? Finding a North Star and just dissecting that North Star as much as possible.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Brad.
So have you tried playing with in ManyChat doing the voice automations yet? So I haven't yet. I want to, because I did see a study somewhere that showed that people who used like audio messages in DMs saw more responses than just like a text DM, right? So like I played with that manually, but now I see that ManyChat offers it. So I'm curious if you're implementing that yet on ManyChat.
I'm not doing that, but what I am doing is I am sending them videos. So like you can also add a video file on ManyChat. And then after the conversation, I wait about 5 minutes and then I just say, hey, it's actually Gagan here. I just wanted to, kind of put a face to the name, and I really appreciate you signing up. It was super fun. If I can help you in any way, just let us know. And then just, boom. And then not only they're getting the text, but they're also getting the video, and that continues the conversation.
And I want to highlight one of Gagan's former clients here. He's a buddy of mine that is crushing in the Houston market, Mr. Randall Daly, Houston Living. Randall came to me and was like, Marv, I don't know anything about Instagram. When you're of a certain age like myself and many of us here, technology can be a little intimidating to get into as far as like what the kids are doing. Let me put it like that. And so he trusted his practice to Gagan, and he's built a very significant social media page here that directly correlates to lead generation. I think this is one of his pages, but Randall is one of Gagan's former clients here, and I refer business to him. He's a knowledge broker, and I think that's incredibly important. He literally highlights different businesses in the city of Houston and says, hey, if you're interested in this kind of food, check this place out. If you're into good barbecue, check this place out.
Hey, look, if you want coaching like this, if you want to always stay up to date with everything that's happening with Instagram, click that calendar link down below. Let's chat about joining Real Broker, or to see if we'd be a good fit for my coaching organization and my coaching program as well. All the information is down below. You're going to see the HubSpot link. Let's chat soon and let's see if we can make something happen here.